Welcome to a very windy day here in Vancouver, Canada. Tomorrow we'll be embarking on a 2,500 kilometer journey to the Great White North, to the Yukon, in order to deliver this mystery package within 3 days, or the world is gonna end. Actually, this package is just snacks that Helene put for me together. I don't know what's in the box, but here comes the big twist. All the snacks are from the Asian supermarket. Might be some weird stuff in there. We actually do have a little bit of a time constraint because in 3 days at midnight I have to pick up Helene from the airport. But yeah, it should be an interesting drive. We'll be going up the Alaska Highway. Should see lots of wildlife. We'll stop by some natural hot springs, which will be greatly appreciated because I think it's pretty cold. And I'll be sleeping in this Nissan Pathfinder because I'm too cheap to stay in a hotel. All right, let's get out of this wind and embark on the adventure. Come along. Good morning. Let's go for a little drive. Which way am I going? Good start, good start.
And so our adventure begins. We leave Vancouver on Highway 1 to the west, circumnavigating the coastal mountains. Our goal for the day is a ski resort called Powder King, north of Prince George, because I like ski resorts.
Right, so the driving has already gotten more interesting. We're driving through like winter, canyony roads. A little bit of slush on the road, but overall it's not too bad. Anyways, I think it's time to check out what kind of snack we have in the box.
Konnichiwa!
Got miso soup here, which might come in useful, but not to eat while driving. Let's try another one. Ah, kazugai roasted green peas. What do you guys think? Nasty or nice? Oh, that's alright. This tastes like... I don't know what it tastes like.
Going up the Fraser River, we enter one of the hottest areas in all of Canada.
I don't even see the end of it. So now we're near Lytton, and basically within 50 kilometers we went from winter wonderland to like dry desert. Looks straight out of a western. Pretty cool. And yeah, like 2 summers ago when the forest fires were really bad, it was like in this greater area where it was like above 50 degrees, I think, or almost 50 degrees. Like the car doesn't show the temperature, but it's so much warmer here. Like earlier when I stopped at the rest station, very chilly, and now here it just feels like spring basically.
In Cache Creek, we leave Highway 1 and continue north on Highway 97 towards 100 Mile House, one of several towns named after the distance from Lillooet during the Caribou Gold Rush in the 1860s.
We are in a total different landscape once again. Now it's like gentle hills, lots of trees, got a little bit of snow again. Sandwich time. Roast beef and cheddar, my favorite. Fuck. And the other one went on the seat. Oh.
With a full stomach and having been on the road for 8 hours with 5 more to go, I can slowly feel some afternoon fatigue creeping up on me.
Yeah, just had a little bit of a power nap. My rule on those long drives is that if I get like too tired, just pull over, stop. It's not worth it landing in the ditch. And 20 minutes, now I feel a lot better. Waking up at this lake. All right, 4 hours to Powder King Resort. We can do this. And I think it's time to check out for another treat from the mystery box.
Moshi moshi.
Is it gonna be nasty or will it be nice? Shit. I need my reading glasses for this. I think it's something shrimp. Yeah, I think some people might like it. I don't like these puffy chips in the first place, and the shrimp flavor doesn't really... Well.
With the setting sun and a slight aftertaste of prawn, we approach the city of Prince George. From here, 2 roads can be taken to get to Whitehorse, the Alaska Highway to the north or the Stewart-Cassia Highway to the west. Driving times and distances are similar, however road conditions on the Cassia Highway can be more demanding during winter, and I don't really trust my tires enough.
Another good reason to take the Alaska Highway is hot springs. Yeah, it's funny on these long road trips, the first couple 100 kilometers, time kind of goes by really slowly and you feel like, oh, I still have so far to go. Prince George, 500 kilometers, and it seems forever. But then at some point it kind of just switches and you get into this Zen state, and yeah, you just cruise along, look out the window, enjoy the nature, listen to a podcast, listen to music, listen to audiobooks, and suddenly time kind of goes by really fast. So despite being on the road for 10 hours, I don't feel exhausted at all. It was nice to have the little nap, and yeah, I don't mind driving another 2 hours to Powder Mountain Resort. But maybe that's just because I'm a weird introvert. Who knows? Some moose on the side of the road. Hello. Holy shit, there's a lot of snow here. Look at these snowbanks. Done for the day. Made it to Powder King Mountain Resort. They seem to have a shit ton of snow. Anyways, we'll check it out tomorrow and I'll see how I make my bed now. In the back somehow. Good night. I survived the first night in the car. It wasn't too bad. It's a little bit too short and I got a little bit cold because I wasn't wearing any pants. And then at some point I put my fleece pants on and then it was fine actually. Well, let's look what this Powder Mountain looks like.
Powder King Mountain Resort has a vertical drop of 580 meters, with its main lifts being a 3-person chairlift and a T-bar. The resort is open from Thursday to Monday, which means I picked the worst possible time by coming here on a Tuesday night, as it meant that not only the mountain is closed, but also the hostel and the pub. Pricing $98.
So don't you guys tell me just Whistler is expensive. Oh, try out the smaller resorts. Nonetheless, I think it'd be a cool experience to ski here one day, stay at the hostel, hit the pub at night. But thanks to my shitty planning, I get to save $100 plus another $100 I would have spent at the bar.
Our mission for the day is to join the Alaska Highway and reach the Liard River Hot Springs, 921 kilometers away. However, we're not off to a good start.
Yeah, the driving today is already a lot less fun than yesterday. The road is really weird. There's all these snowy, icy patches from trucks and the snowplow. It's all bumpy and slippery in sections, and I hope it gets better. Or Helene has to sleep at the airport.
An hour later, the road does get slightly better when yet another problem arises.
Okay, so we're nearing the Alaska Highway. I just stopped at a gas station because the tire pressure indicator came on, but they don't have any air here, so tires look fine. Maybe it's just because it got a bit colder. It's -14 here. Next gas station is in 80k or something. Hopefully it'll be fine. Well, at least I got my morning tea.
To pass the time until the next gas station, which hopefully does have air, I pick my breakfast from the mystery box.
Oh, gute Dama! Oh, gute Dama! You might not know Gudetama. It's this show on Netflix. It's about an egg. It's a good show. You should watch it. Ah, I'm excited. It's a good breakfast. Excellent, excellent. Gudetama. Definitely a bit colder here. Minus 16, but it's a dry cold, so it's fine. So now we're at the turnoff to the Alaska Highway. The highway starts just a bit south in Dawson Creek. And yeah, goes all the way up to Alaska. Dry cold my ass. All right, let's get on the Alaska Highway. Just 1,342 kilometers to Whitehorse.
Despite most of it being in Canada, the Alaska Highway was built by US troops in only 8 months during World War II in 1942. After the attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese, the US was worried about a possible attack on Alaska as well and decided it needed the infrastructure to provide Alaska with necessary manpower and equipment. Ultimately, it played an important role in supporting Russia with American airplanes.
Highway is very easy to drive now, no snow or ice. It's very straight, got a nice panorama, some mountains on every side.
Several rather uneventful hours later, I enter Fort Nelson. With a staggering population of over 3,000 inhabitants, this marks the biggest town before I reach Whitehorse, which is still almost 1,000 kilometers away.
Gas is full, got a sandwich. Actually really looking forward to the sandwich. And a Gold Rush scratch ticket, so we know if we have to sleep in the car again tonight or if we can afford the lodge. Maybe the bonus says I'll have to sleep in the car tonight. Oh well, 3.5 hours. No distance at all.
We found love, so we left and sailed away. Distant lands in the hand in the hand, we spent our days. So give me a shot so I can make this dream come true. Spend my days sitting next to you. I'll spend my days sitting next to you.
Call it down to the wall.
All right, after driving north for 1,500 kilometers, we're driving west again. Into the sunset, to the hot springs. I'm a dirty motherfucker, so it'll be nice to take a bath.
Can you hear the dogs cry? The kicks and calls of the night. Can you hear me call to you for the rest of the
You want a shrimp chip?
for the rest of the breaking line?
We found love, so we left and sailed away.
Made it. Yeah, stars are out. In the hot tub. Oh, in the onsen, whatever you want to call it. Getting ready for a cold night in the car. Anyways, see you in the morning.
Yeah, it's 19 outside. I was okay in the sleeping bag, but then I needed to pee, and then I just decided to do like a 15-kilometer loop to get warm. The life of a car hobo. Got some faint northern lights. And not super colorful, but you can definitely see them moving around. Cold hands, cold hands. Yeah, I rushed to the hot springs to get some shots with northern lights. It wasn't super successful, to be honest. I think I was a little bit too late and it started dawning. Back at the car now to warm up a little bit. Now I'm just gonna wait for the sun to come up so I can take some drone shots. In the meantime, I guess I'll sort out the car since I don't have to sleep in it anymore. And then we're off to our last stretch of the day. Just a cruisy 8-hour drive.
River hot springs are the second largest natural hot springs in all of Canada, with the largest ones only being 15 kilometers away, but not as convenient to get to.
only 2 minutes into the drive and we've already seen some bison. It's a beautiful day out. There's one more cool thing I want to show you in Watson Lake, which is coming up in 200 kilometers. Let's see what we have for breakfast. Oh, I think I know what this is. Ha! Onigiri! Salmon onigiri, I'm happy with that for breakfast. I'll pick this out too. I don't know if it's to drink or not. Dossari, the jelly thing. It's my breakfast, salmon onigiri and dossari, whatever the fuck that is. Box is not so nasty after all.
With more bison guarding the side of the road, we leave the Northern Rockies and approach the 60th parallel, which also marks the border between British Columbia and the Yukon.
We should be really close. Oh, I think this is it. Oh, there's the sign. And we're in the Yukon. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Close the window. It's cold. Nice one, nice one. We've got a bit to go to the cabin, but we made it into the Yukon, so we celebrate with some dossari. Kampai.
As the highway going west constantly pops in and out of BC, we also switch time zones multiple times. During summer, both the Yukon and most of BC are on Pacific time, but because the Yukon strangely stays on a permanent daylight savings time, we have to move the clock an hour forward during winter. Something that doesn't really make much sense given the Yukon's western longitude.
Okay, we're in Watson Lake now. We're in the signpost forest. As you can see all around me, bunch of signs from all over the world. The tradition started in 1942 when an injured soldier was tasked with building up a directional sign, and then he added a sign of his own that shows how far it is to his hometown in Illinois. From then on, it just kept going and going, and now there are over 77,000 of these signs. Tourists are welcome to bring their own sign and add to the collection. Let's have a look around, see what interesting signs we come across. Lots of American signs here, of course, but also a shit ton of German signs, which isn't surprising because the Germans really love the fucking Yukon. The first book you have to read when you're a German is Jack London, Call of the Wild.
If you'd like to look around the signpost forest yourself, I've left a link to the 360 video below.
Yeah, definitely need to bring a slippery slope sign for the next trip in the summer.
We made it through the winter and kept our bodies warm with a heater that we built from parts we carried through the snowstorm.
With the drive slowly coming to an end, I decide to raid the rest of the mystery box, which still has a little surprise in store for me.
Ara ara, sayonara.
So I have no fucking idea what this is, but it only has 13 calories. Oh, it's salty. Might not be to everyone's taste, but I actually like it. Okay, what's next? Ah, Pocky, those are good. And what I think is the last one. Well, I guess, lucky me, I didn't pick that out earlier. Prepared shredded squid. Oh my god, that's some... Oh, this chew as fuck. Oh. Actually, it's pretty good. I didn't expect that I'd like this. Oh. Thanks, Elaine, for preparing the mystery box. Well done. I actually liked most of it. Let's make it to the cabin.
Thanks to my German punctuality, I don't have to be at the airport for another 4 hours, and therefore leave the Alaska Highway 80 kilometers before Whitehorse to chill at the cabin.
This is it. Turning towards the cabin, the last meters. We did it. It's been an interesting drive. It's been a fun drive. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for joining me. If you want to know more about the Yukon, what the cabin looks like, all that, tune in again. Thank you for watching. Time for a Yukon brewing. Cheers. Oh, yes. Woohoo!
Out of here.